Good morning, dear friends. Welcome to today's episode of Put God First 633. Today we're opening up the YouVersion Bible app verse of the day to John chapter 16, verse 33. This is Jesus getting close to his crucifixion, so he wants to make some things clear to his followers, to his disciples. And so he says things to prepare them. He's telling them that he's going to be rejected, left all alone. And this is what he says, verse 33, "These things have I spoken unto you, that in me you might have peace. In the world you shall have tribulation. But be of good cheer. I have overcome the world." Not that long of a verse, but I think there's a whole lot in there to unpack. "These things have I spoken unto you, that in me you might have peace." Once again, Jesus is reminding us that he is the Prince of Peace, that we find our peace in him. This is contrary to how we usually think. We think we find our peace in having a lot of finances. We think we find our peace in having a house, having a job, having a retirement plan, a 401k, having investments, having the stock market, having friends, having a gun, having a vehicle. And Jesus says, no, you have your peace in me. In the world you shall have tribulation. Even when you think about it, the things in this world that give us peace actually give us anxiety. If you find your peace in having a house, then you realize you have to pay taxes on that house, and that your house can get broken into, so you need alarms and security for your house. And then your house has issues, roofing and plumbing and foundation, and what was supposed to bring you peace is now bringing you some anxiety. Your friends who are, you count on and to protect you can sometimes betray you and backstab you. And what was supposed to give you peace is now giving you anxiety. Money, and now you're worried about the taxes, and you're worried about being robbed. And what was supposed to give you peace is giving you anxiety. The only thing in this world that is true peace is Jesus Christ. He is the peace in the midst of a storm. He gives us a story where he's in a boat and the disciples are panicking, thinking that the boat is going to sink. And yet Jesus is in the boat asleep because he knows that everything is going to be fine. And he talks to them and reminds them about their doubt. When he is with them, everything is going to be okay because the Lord is with them. Even in things that take us to destinations and places we don't want to, it's still going to be okay because the Lord is with us. "In this world you shall have tribulation, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world." Again, here, different thoughts and concepts and ideas. I have overcome the world. And his listeners are probably thinking, yes, he's going to establish Jerusalem and Israel as the world's, epicenter. The kingdom has finally come. It's not talking about soldiers. It's not talking about armies. It's not talking about angels coming and bringing destruction. It is talking about that the things of the world that controlled us, the things of the world that brought us fear and anxiety, he's saying, I have overcome the world. Remember, the world's way. He's saying, I have overcome the world's way. You don't have to be rich to have peace. Being rich doesn't bring you peace. Being rich brings you stuff. But stuff and riches can bring you lots of anxiety. I know lots of people with lots of wealth who their wealth brings them a great amount of anxiety. He's saying, I have overcome the world. me first attitudes. I have overcome the world pride. I have overcome the world anger, revenge. I have overcome the ways of the world to give you peace. We look at this too much from our Western mindset, from a me first idea. He is telling you that the things of this world, the little things that seem to control our lives, Jesus is saying, I have overcome it. Over addictions, I have overcome it. Low self-esteem, I have overcome it. Codependency, I have overcome it. These things in the world that want to hold you down and hold you back, I, Jesus Christ, have overcome the world. We'll finish looking through the Passion Translation to see how they give us their insight. Jesus said, and everything I've taught you is so that the peace which is in me will be in you and will give you great confidence as you rest in me. So imagine the anxiety that he must have had, knowing that in his human flesh, he's about to go to a wooden cross and be brutalized and be tortured and to be shamed before all humanity, before his earthly mother, before his disciples, his siblings, all the people he's preached to those who have made themselves his enemy, and yet he has peace. Now, his peace had to come sometimes through the Garden of Gethsemane, sweating blood, praying his heart out all night long so that he could have this peace. But he had it, he obtained it, and he's telling us that we can have that because we have him, and that it should give us great confidence as we rest in him, meaning that after we've done all that we can do, we trust in him to do what he can do. For in this unbelieving world, you will experience trouble and sorrows. And that's a fact for every person, every race, gender, religion. You will experience these things. And so the Lord is trying to give us confidence. But you must be courageous, for I have conquered the world. Remember, this is not talking about a military conquest, not even talking just about conquering sin, but about all of those things that want to give us fear and anxiety, angst and worry. Jesus is saying, I have conquered those things. Our mission in life is to preach the gospel, but to have with that peace. For God is glorified in us having peace. Many of us struggle with that. Our home lives, our upbringing, our childhood, the circumstances that we're in right now are chaotic. And God is saying, in the midst of the storm, I believe and I work so that my children can have peace. May the Lord give you peace today. Whatever you are facing, whatever you are encountering, whatever comes your way, even in trials and tribulations, you remember that Jesus Christ is with you and that he has overcome the world so that you do not have to be overcome by the world because he has overcome it for you. Remember, put God first today and let's see what God is going to do for you. God bless you in Jesus' name.